Hi, AG. Ask Trey this, ask Coach this. Over the last 7, 8 games, you guys are playing your best basketball. The only loss is on the road at what looks like could be the conference champion and 1 point game. Why are you guys playing so collectively well right now? What's different now as compared to maybe other points in the season?
I think just as the season has been going on, we've really been growing just as teammates, and we've been building chemistry and just getting to know each other. And as the season starts to dwindle down in less and less games, I think we get this sense of urgency, like the time is now. Like we're not trying to not trying to slug through the season, but we're trying to just run through the finish line. And so I think as time dwindles down, we start to pick it up, and I don't know. I think we've gone closer as well.
What can you do with this level of confidence over the last 2 weeks in terms of moving forward over the next 2 weeks?
What was that?
How can you springboard and use this confidence that you guys have developed over the last couple of weeks to move forward into the next few weeks that are so important, the Mountain West tournament, the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think we could all look back and learn that we're great. We're a great team, and that like the losses we've had all both by 1 point, but we're in control. We could have won, and I think springing forward, I think we have that mentality that we are the best team in this conference, and as we get into the NCAA tournament, that we're just coming with that confidence just on a roll, and just building off what we've been setting up these past couple weeks.
And just wanted to ask one more. For parts of the season, Matt had to carry so much of the offensive load, but lately, maybe it's Chad, maybe it's Keshad, maybe it's Trey, a range of people, just that second offensive option to help him out on any given night. Do you guys feel like you're seeing more of that, and how important is it when he gets a little bit of offensive help, given the defense that you guys play?
Yeah, it's massive. I think you guys have seen in the past a few games when other guys have stepped up. Him not having that much pressure, I think it just everyone starts to play better. Everyone gets a little more confident, and it just really gets us rolling. And I don't know. I'm sure he's grateful for that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bryce. We'll go to John.
AG, when was it that you determined that you wanted to give it a go this season?
It was actually, I think, 2 days before the first game. I was hard set on like just not playing. My body was just giving up, and but I remember like a month before, like the season started. I guess the first game. JD Luster he brought up this idea of just not playing in games, and I'm not practicing, just playing in games, and I had never heard of that, and I kind of brushed it off because I don't know, it wasn't my mentality. I kind of felt like I'd be giving it like not my all, and I was worried about what my teammates would think, and I don't know, I just started practicing more, and the coaches started talking to me more about that idea, and Coach Dutch told me about Tim Shelton and guys he's had before that I just played in games, and the more I thought about it, and I talked to a few of my teammates. They're all pretty supportive, and eventually, and my faith is big. And I went on a little healing retreat. It had nothing to do with my body, but just spiritually and psychologically, just over the years of everything that's happened, and I was able to come to peace with just being able to just go out there and just give what I can, and not worry about what's happened or what's gonna happen, and just having fun and enjoying the game.
What's next for you? Because Dutch just said, hey, listen, if Nathan or AG want to return to this program, they're absolutely welcome. They've been invaluable for us. If it's not with San Diego State next year, or if it's not even basketball because of your health, what's the future hold for you?
I still haven't decided yet. I'm still weighing my options, talking to my parents, and yeah, I'm just taking it day by day and enjoying this time I have here.
And then just lastly, I mean, what has this been like for you? I mean, obviously, when you're in college, the time goes quick. So from 4 years ago until right now, where you're going to play your final game at Viejas Arena on Thursday night. I mean, when you look back on your time in an Aztecs uniform, what comes to mind?
Believe it or not, it had to be like the moments that we had like in hotels and like away from the court, just growing as friends and brothers, and looking back on it, I kind of get emotional because these guys are really became like my brothers. I really love them. And so looking back, I'm just thankful and grateful for everything that's happened. I mean, alongside like all the wins and all that, but I think what we remember the most are those memories that we had away from the court.
Thank you, and enjoy Thursday night.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks, John. We'll go to Mark.
AG, what you mentioned you have some options. What are some of those options that you're weighing for next year?
Well, yeah. Oh, coming back, obviously is an option. Just going to school is an option, and those are my two options really.
Where are you in terms of academics? Will you get your undergraduate degree, or do you still have a little bit more to go?
No, yeah, I'll get my undergraduate degree in May. Then I have a possibility of coming back for grad school.
Oh, okay. And what will the degree be in?
I'm thinking it'd have to be either Homeland Security or educational counseling. I'm not sure.
In terms of your body, give us an idea of, what does your body feel like on a daily basis? What hurts? What prevents you from practicing or playing in a game? How do you make that decision? All those things.
It's usually it's mainly my hip. Some days it's either it's just stiffer and like it just didn't have, I guess, I don't know how to explain, but like that pop where sometimes I just can't move as well as I like to, or like it'd be painful, especially days after games. As you can imagine, it's a lot more painful. But on a day-to-day basis, it's just, I don't know. I just have to take it carefully, especially during practice. I don't want to do too much, but I also don't like doing nothing. But there are plenty of times where I don't do anything at all. But sometimes I do like to get out there, and it's I just gotta tread the line and try not to do too much. But when it comes to games, when adrenaline's going, I almost can't feel anything. It's amazing, especially the bigger the game, like the less pain, or the pain is pretty much non-existent. I like to say adrenaline's one hell of a drug, and so when it comes to games, it like almost goes away. But by 2-3 a.m., it all comes back.
What was it about this team or the game of basketball that made you want to give it a try?
I don't know. We just have to like Dutch mentioned, like his veteran move, like just like get me back on the court, because I was frustrated with basketball. I was done. Like it brought nothing but pain and frustration, and so I guess over the summer I didn't do anything until I got back here. I guess I started like defending, like I'd defend for like 1 or 2 drills. The next thing you know, I'm playing offense. Then after that 3-4 drills. Next thing you know, I'm practicing. You know, and little by little, I realized I was falling in love with the game again. And the guys, like Coach says, he recruits great guys, and the guys on the team they're amazing, and they're just a joy being around. They always uplift my spirit. And so as I was playing out there, like just being out, just having fun, you know, and that's pretty much. But yeah, before I knew it, I loved playing again, and so that's where I'm at now.
Last thing for me, and Trey was on earlier, and he missed a bunch of time this year as well, and he talked about just sort of the culture of fixing it and just getting back. I wonder if you could comment on that, and what is it about this team that makes a guy like you or makes a guy like Trey want to fight through it and get back on the floor and be able to contribute.
I don't know. It's really mentality. You can't. There's no point in dwelling like what's happened, or like it does nothing but. We try not to let the past, at least negatively, affect the future, you know. And so when it comes to things we can't control, like injuries or illness, like what's the point in on dwelling on it? And so I think a lot of guys here, or all of us here, really have that mentality. It was like we work with what we got. Coaches always talk about that. Like we're the number 1 fix-it team in the country, Dave always says. And so I guess we take that with pride. Like we don't dwell on the past, or try not to let things drag us down.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. We'll go to Austin.
Hey, G. Coaches and teammates, they know the impact you have doesn't necessarily show up in the box score. I know fans will always remember your energy, your effort, the game-changing plays you've made in your career. But I want to ask you, if this is your final game in Viejas Arena, how do you want to be remembered when fans reflect on your career?
I think I want to be remembered as, I think as I'm known now, just a great guy, ultimately, and a guy that uplifts his teammates. And if I'm remembered for that, then there's nothing more I could ask for.
Great. And then, what has the coaching staff meant to you over your career as you've battled with your health?
Oh wow, they've been everything. I can't really express in the words how grateful and thankful I am for just how supportive and how understanding they've been. Because there were moments I'm like this is it. Like they're eventually just gonna tell me to I should probably just go. But every time, like when I would talk to them, they'd always surprise me, or they'd always surprise me with just how welcoming and how understanding and how loving they were and caring towards me. Like they truly cared about who I was as a person, not necessarily so much about basketball. Like Coach Dutch always says, like I don't care about how you are on the court. I want to know how you are as a person, how you're doing like off the court. And so that was always an emphasis on from each and every one of them. They'd always make sure I was doing great mentally, first and foremost, before they worried about me being on the court.